Have you ever caught an older man looking at you just a little too long? Or felt a subtle shift in his demeanor when you're around? Well, attraction can be subtle like this, especially when it's coming from someone with more life experience. You see, older men often express their feelings differently from younger men, with subtle gestures and behaviors that are rooted in their maturity and experience. So stick around because we're diving into the fascinating world of attraction psychology to uncover the 7 undeniable signs that an older man is into you. And trust me, some of these will surprise you. Let's start with something that's easy to miss but incredibly telling. Sign 1. He mirrors your energy. Ever notice someone subtly mimicking your movements, your tone of voice, even the words you use? Well, psychologists call this mirroring, and it's a subconscious attraction behavior. Yes, research shows that people do mirroring when they're attracted to someone because it creates a sense of connection and understanding. In fact, older men, in particular, may do this in a subtle way to bridge any perceived generational gap and make you feel more comfortable. Therefore, if you notice him adjusting his posture to match yours or laughing at the same intensity as you, chances are he's deeply into you. But what if he's not just mirroring you? What if he's actively trying to make you feel special in subtle but impactful ways? This brings us to our next sign. Sign number 2, he's attentive to your smallest details. Older men in love often have a keen eye for detail, a trait sharpened by years of experience. Attraction psychologist Dr. Helen Fisher explains that this attentiveness to small things is remembering how you take your coffee or noticing when you're feeling down. It can be a clear indicator of interest. Unlike fleeting gestures, this level of attentiveness shows he's genuinely invested in understanding you. It reflects his thoughtful nature and his desire to show that he values you. So far, we've seen how subtle his actions can be, but let's take a look at his behavior that's impossible to fake. Sign number 3, he protects you instinctively. Older men, shaped by traditional values and a lifetime of responsibilities, often express attraction by stepping into a protective role. Evolutionary psychology suggests this comes from a deep-seated desire to ensure your safety and comfort. So when you notice those small gestures, like walking on the outside of the sidewalk or offering his jacket when it's cold, it's a sign he cares. Remember, this isn't about grand movie-style gestures, but rather a quiet, powerful way of showing you that you matter to him. Now here's where things get even more intriguing. What if he's trying to connect with you on an intellectual level? Well, that's sign number 4. He values your opinions. A study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships highlights something distinctive. According to the study, when someone values your input, it's a strong indication of emotional attraction. In fact, this is especially true for older men, for whom seeking your perspective often reflects a deep appreciation for meaningful conversation and mutual respect. So if he's discussing life decisions with you or asking for your advice, it's a sign he sees you as a key part of his world. But does he ever let his guard down around you? That brings us to our next point. Sign number 5, he shares personal stories. We know men can often be more reserved about their emotions. This is particularly significant for older men who tend to have layers of life experiences, but don't share their stories with just anyone. However, when an older guy opens up about his past, whether it's a childhood memory, a career milestone, or even a personal struggle, it's a clear sign of trust and emotional connection. Relationship expert Esther Perel confirms this, noting that vulnerability is a key indicator of deep attraction. And that's exactly what's happening when an older man shares his life with you. Sign number 6. He makes long-term plans involving you. Here's a powerful one. Older men who are often more settled and future-focused don't talk about future plans lightly. So if he's suggesting future plans, like introducing you to his friends, discussing upcoming trips, or attending an event together months from now, it's a strong indication that he sees you as part of his long-term vision. It means that he's not just living in the moment, but he's thinking about the future with you in it. Sign number 7, the unmistakable clue. And now for the final and perhaps most telling sign. He prioritizes your happiness over his own. Yes, his consistent focus on your needs and desires is a hallmark of genuine affection, especially for older men who have often learned to express love through selflessness. In fact, according to behavioral psychologists, this selfless behavior is a very strong indicator of deep attraction. So if any older guy goes out of his way to ensure your happiness, it's an unmistakable sign of emotional investment. Remember, attraction is complex, especially when it involves older men who express their feelings differently. But by understanding these 7 psychological signs, you'll be better equipped to decipher their subtle cues. So, have you noticed any of these signs in someone you know? Let us know in the comments.